Most advertisers are doing their keyword research completely wrong. If you've ever watched your Google Ads budget vanish with nothing to show for it, well, you're not alone. Now, I've audited over $100 million in ad spend, and the truth is successful search campaigns come down to effective keyword research. And the reason this matters is because keywords are the foundation to a search campaign. You cannot run a search campaign without first targeting keywords. So in this video, I'll be explaining how and why keyword research has changed recently, the right way to do keyword research today, and going over a live example so you can see the step-by-step process. So let's hop into it. Now, like much of Google Ads, so much has changed, and what worked in 2020 or even last year are now outdated tactics, and these things will keep your performance limited. And the largest factor for why this has changed is due to Google updating how match types actually work. These are, your phrase, your exact, and your broad match. So this is the current logic of match types. So look at exact. Exact says ads may show on searches that are the same meaning as your keyword. So the days are gone when you can just target an exact match keyword, and 100% of the time that keyword will actually, when typed in, show your ad. As you can see in the example, they're targeting the keyword furniture store. But look at, even with exact match, you can see home furnishing shop and furniture store come up. So now Google is targeting based on the meaning of the keyword and not based on if you have it exact or not. And so you may be asking, well, what's the difference then? Why can't I just run exact or broad if they're gonna just target whatever they want? And really it comes down to the looseness. So check this out. Right here, they have type matching, moderate matching, and comprehensive matching. So for phrase, they say ads may show on searches that include the meaning of your keyword. So for example, if we were still targeting furniture store, you have cheap furniture stores, living room furniture deals. What store is the best place to find a bedroom dresser? As you can see, a lot more variation than we had with just the exact match. So exact match is not exact match anymore, but phrase match is more and more broad, and then broad match is even more comprehensive matching. You have home decor showing up, cream colored leather sectional, and there'll probably be a myriad of other keywords that would trigger broad match. So before this update, you can control your relevance with SKAGs, or single keyword ad groups. And this was really the hot topic in the Google Ads space. This is where you would break out keywords and match types into separate ad groups, and your Google Ads campaigns had like 30 ad groups. And this was needed to encourage the best result, to provide the best user experience and conversion rate in the account. But with the progression of AI now, Google Ads is really only concerned about one thing: getting you conversions. They want it to be a win-win. They want you to keep spending money on their platform, and they know in order to encourage that, you need to be successful on your Google Ads campaigns. And so now Google Ads simply takes a more sophisticated approach to what actually can trigger your ad. So Google's not only looking for a relevant search, but they're going a little bit deeper. They're considering now how relevant is that user's search to our landing page, to other surrounding keywords we're targeting in ad groups, as well as the user's previous search, because they're just trying to get somebody to click who has the highest predicted likelihood of becoming a conversion. So the new and effective way to doing Google Ads keyword research hinges on your ability to structure your ad account correctly. So before I show you how to actually go and find those Google Ads keywords, let's show you what this structure looks like. And just like the old structure had a fancy name, which was SKAGs, the new structure also has a fancy name, SKAGs, which stands for single theme ad groups. And so what is a single theme ad group? Well, the concept is actually quite simple. It's an ad group that focuses on one specific topic, product, or services. All the keywords, ads, and landing pages within the ad group are closely related to that theme. And this helps make the ads more relevant to the searcher's intent, which will improve the user experience and thus provide a better performance and a lower cost. So for example, I'm gonna show you what a single theme word ad group setup looks like. So for this structure, this would be an account that sells women's fashion, and you'd have 3 different campaigns. For the bottoms campaign, what you have is you have an ad group that's themed around jeans. So maybe you have things like women's jeans, women's denim, women's bell-bottom jeans. And in these, you'd have various match types. You'd have your exact, you'd have broad, you'd have phrase. So you can include all match types in one ad group. Google just wants you to have it be the same theme, so around jeans. And previously what it would have been is you would have had jeans as an ad group, but you would have had 3 different ad groups. You would have had a phrase match jeans ad group, an exact match jeans ad group, and maybe even a broad match jeans ad group. But as you can see in a SKAGs setup, things get consolidated. So you just go based off of a theme and you consolidate data for Google. So what are the benefits to this setup versus that old SKAGs setup? Well, there's really 3. And my favorite and top one is you're able to feed Google Ads more data. The more data you're gonna feed Google, the quicker their learnings are going to become, and the faster and the better they're going to become about identifying users who are most likely to convert on users who are interested in what you have to offer. Another benefit is they really just make your life easier. No one wants to sit through and manage 30, 40 different ad groups for one campaign. Now you can consolidate, let the AI do its thing, and go about your day focusing on other things that are going to drive your business forward. Perfect. So now that we know how to actually effectively structure our ad account with these keywords, let's dive into how we actually go about finding these keywords. Perfect, so I'm in an ad account right now, and all you'll do from this page is you'll go over to the tools on the left side and go to Keyword Planner. And then once you're at Keyword Planner, go to Discover New Keywords. I'm gonna use the example of that women's apparel site. And so all you'll do from here is just give Google an idea of what you sell. And so for me, I know we're trying to sell women's fashion, women's jeans, women's apparel. So I'm gonna focus on one specific theme in the ad group for now to get keyword ideas for that theme. And also, if you want just a more comprehensive list of keywords to target based on your website content, you have an option right here to put your website URL in and let Google just give you all the keywords they think your website's relevant for. But again, I like to just go theme by theme because this is gonna make my keywords more isolated to each theme and allow me to focus on targeting keywords for each ad group, and it'll just be a little bit more of an organized process. So I always start with plugging in keywords firstly to this based on the theme I'm going for. So I'm gonna type in women's jeans, I'll hit enter, and then make sure that you're targeting your location. So right here, I'm targeting the US, but you can target other locations. Women's jeans, I'll type in women's denim. This should give them a decent start to what I'm looking for. And again, this site is only gonna sell women's clothing. So we don't want anything with men's in it, and we don't want it to just be too broad and only be denim. Right? We want the word women's, because the more that word women's is in our ad group and Google sees that it's in every single keyword, they're likely only going to target women because the algorithm is very smart. They understand the intent of all of our keywords that are grouped together, the intent and the content on our website being geared more towards women. And so they will naturally target our buying demographic more effectively. So as you can see, I hit enter, and if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the two keywords that I targeted, and Google's gonna give you your average monthly searches. And as you can see, there's a lot of demand. Look at the average monthly searches for those keywords. And so those are good signs for keywords that you wanna target. You wanna target keywords with high volume like this. And then also the other thing I look at as well is our top of page bids. These two columns are essentially gonna tell you the range on a cost per click standpoint that you're gonna pay for a click for a term that's either similar to this or exactly this. And so all I'd do is I'd keep going down and making sure that I'm targeting keywords that are not too expensive, that are relatively within this range. But if they're in a range that's, let's just say like $15 and they're way above, we may consider leaving that one out because from a cost per click standpoint, it's just gonna be too competitive for us. So we have women's jeans, we have jeans. This one's gonna be a little too broad. Again, I wanna leave it to women's, and I want Google to see that women's is in our ad group for all of our keywords. So this one's another good one, wide leg jeans. We could do women's wide leg jeans. Let's type that in. Any keyword you put up here should come down here with the actual search volume. And so this is women's wide leg jeans. So it's a lot less than wide leg jeans, but still a lot of volume. It's more than women's denim. And so we can effectively do this same thing. We can just add women's in front of baggy jeans, in front of flare jeans, in front of black jeans, low-rise jeans. We can do that for a lot of these keywords, but I'd recommend you stick to maybe 5 or 6 keywords to start. And this is essentially going to prevent you from watering down your data. You do not want to be targeting 100 keywords that have a ton of demand on them, because Google's trying to optimize for your best possible keyword. And if all of them have high search volume and you have a limited budget, well, Google's spending $5 here, $5 here, $5 here, and you're never effectively able to identify your top performing keyword. So start with anywhere from 5 to 10 keywords, depending on your budget. And then if you're targeting these keywords after the first 14 to 30 days, if you see that your impression share metric on Google, which is essentially your visibility for that keyword, is maxed out, let's say it's at 90 to 100% for every one of those keywords, well then start folding more keywords in. I'd probably just target these 8 keywords for now. I'm probably gonna start with phrase and exact match to start. But if I notice these keywords are doing very well, I may expand to broad as well, especially if this account is already mature and it has existing conversion data. And the reason why is because if you're targeting broad and you have conversion data and you're using smart bidding, broad match has consistently been my top performing keyword match type. But again, only under those 3 circumstances. So essentially I'd throw all 8 of these keywords into my ad group, and I would make sure that they are both targeting exact and phrase. So let's do that real fast. I'm gonna save these keywords. And then what you're gonna wanna do after you hit the create a plan, go back into here and go to the plans that you created. And so these are gonna be the keywords that I created. And so what you wanna do when you're here is you'll just export these to a Google Sheet. And then I'm just gonna copy these guys. I have my ad group creation open, my campaign for women's jeans. I'm just gonna paste these guys in here and I'm gonna save. And then once I save, you'll see everything is marked as broad match. So all I'm gonna do, go down to change match types, change all match types, and I'll hit exact match, for example. And then as you can see, Google's updated the match types. They've added the brackets on each one of my keywords. So now that I got my exact match keywords added, I'm just gonna go in and add my phrase. So I'm just gonna go to the plus icon. I'm gonna paste those same keywords, because again, we wanna have different match types for the same keyword, because the variance and the looseness of what Google deems the meaning to be is different between the match types, but we know the keyword is relevant for us. So now it's just about switching the match types and mixing those up in the single theme ad group. So I'm gonna paste them again, and essentially I'm gonna go through the same process that I just did. As you can see, we have all the broad match ones that just got added. The old ones have already been moved to exact. And so we'll just go through the same process. We'll go edit, we'll go change match types, change all match types for the ones that we selected. And we're gonna do these ones as phrase. I'm not gonna add broad yet, but I would if conversion data was mature and we were using smart bidding. This is why I say, again, make sure you only target 8 keywords, because now with 2 match types, I have 16. And so there might be some that I actually pause just to make sure I'm not targeting too many and data is not being watered down. And the easiest way to tell, again, is by looking at that search impression share metric. And the way you'll go about finding that metric is quite simple. So what you'll do is you'll go to columns when you're looking at your keywords. And this is only after your keywords have been collecting data. It's gonna show you how visible your keywords are when you've collected data and it's ran for, at least 2 weeks. So go to columns, and then you're gonna scroll down to competitive metrics. And I already have search impression share marked, so just make sure that your search impression share is marked as well. And then my search impression share is gonna be included. So we'll just have to scroll to the back a little bit. So once this has been running for some time, I can see search top impression share and then just search impression share. And what this is gonna tell me, the search impression share metric, is how often out of 10 times, if that keyword is searched, how often am I showing up? So if it's at 50, that means only 5 out of 10 times my keyword's actually showing up, even though it can be triggered to show up 10 times. And this is largely a factor of budget. There are some other factors in there as well that play into your search impression share metric, but in most cases, it's gonna come down to budget. So if it's very, very low on every single keyword, that means your budget's too small. And the way to fix that is you're either gonna just increase your budget, or you're gonna pause some keywords so you can consolidate down to your top performing keywords and max out your visibility on those keywords. And now that you know how to actually find and structure your keywords in your ad account, you can start making some money. And if you want me to run your ads, book a call by hitting the link in the description. Otherwise, watch my previous video where I show you how AI is helping you make sales in Google Ads today. And lastly, please subscribe to stay up to date with more videos like this.